right, let me go over to the live trading because I have to get on really, really quick because I am sort of seeing a setup that I am liking. So yeah. Yeah. Good morning. What's good, guys? What is going on? Hold on, let me get all my stream stuff ready. Yo. What's popping, guys? What's going on? What's going on? All right. So let me make sure screen share. All right, there we go. All right, what's going on, guys? What's popping? What's popping? All right, guys, coming to market open. We have to be quick, a little bit quick, to really explain this setup that we have over here. Okay, so let's get started. So, coming to market open, what's the first thing we always do? We identify all of our levels of liquidity. So, what do we have here? We have our London low. We have an internal high. Let me mark it up real quick. Internal high DOL. Okay. Then we have our London high drawn, just another internal high up here and then Asia above. All right. Oh, wait, in the meantime, hold on. Before I explain that, let me kind of put it out here. 1 second. 23.028. Wait. 28.50. Okay, so coming into market open, what's the first thing we did? Well, we actually ended up selling off enough to create a very, very nice bearish rally gap right over here. All right, we have about 40, 45, 46 points. All right, on top of that, we finished taking out this London low. Wait, right over here. All right, we took it out right here, and currently buyers are trying to step in, or they've been trying to step in to go ahead and take out this level of liquidity and actually hold above it, which will be known as a DOL sweep. Now, if we can get enough buying pressure to kick in, that's already one confirmation in our favor. And on top of that, if we're able to break above this fair value gap high over here, this one right here, it'll also give us the lower time frame MSS model. So we'll have strong selling coming in, objective hit to the downside, DOL sweep, MSS model, and if we have enough buying pressure, we can inverse this bearish value gap and look to target longs into these 4 price targets above. All right, for the morning. I'm really liking the look of this one. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. All right, so if we were to do something, it would look somewhat like this, and the buying pressure is coming in strong today. And if anything, just because we're taking a trade off market open, I'll probably do a stop loss around 35 points if we were to take this trade. So something more like this in a way. All right, more of a stop loss at low of day around that area. You know what I mean? It should be enough to be like, hey, like the trade is really not going in your favor. You know what I mean? Stuff like that. All right. So yeah, I'm really liking the way this sizing, or not the sizing, this setup looks. Just with all the confirmation, the buying pressure and everything, as long as it's obviously able to hold above it, it does look really, really good. All right. Now let me see. Let me make sure I have everything ready. YouTube, how are you guys doing? Good morning. Let me go ahead and put it out that I'm live on YouTube really quick. There we go. Now let me put it out in here. Boom. Let me put it out in here as well. Boom. There we go. All right. Let's get this done. All right. But yeah, pretty much what I'm trying to look for, guys, is pretty much just a very, very nice buying candle to see if we're able to hold, obviously, above this London low after we took it out. And from the looks of it, it does look pretty strong. Now, on top of that, ES, on the other hand, look at this. ES is, we don't really have too much of an SMT divergence here, but ES is absolutely ripping right now. Not only did it also take out this London low DOL, but we have so much more buying pressure that it's just going right through this fair value gap like it doesn't even exist. Look at this, guys. Look at this. So this could be a good sign into leading into another inverse on NQ, and then we could look to target these internals right over here as our first PT. So I'll probably do like something like maybe here first, and then for first scale on NQ if we do end up taking it, and then we can look to take something here as well. But yeah, hopefully you guys are having a beautiful morning, and hopefully the morning goes even more beautiful with this setup. You know what I mean? But yeah, let's see if we can get a quick day going. But yeah, let me get my water over here. I came prepared this morning, so no grabbing water. There it is. Now, a part of me is actually hoping that we don't reject from this fair value gap. I'm not really interested in taking any shorts. We don't really have anything below. I mean, we do, but it's very, very far away. about 100 points. In fact, we are currently trading at around 910. Our next level of liquidity is at 808. So we'll see how that goes. But from the looks of it, I mean, both ES and NQ took out this London low. We're currently sweeping it. ES is looking so much more stronger um than NQ is. Obviously, I mean, we can see the difference here. ES kind of inversed the fair value gap. It has a lot more buying in the candle. When NQ is kind of just wicking out a little bit, it's kind of just sitting there in the gap, and all that good stuff. So hopefully we're able to hold above it. Maybe we just need a little bit more time, a little bit more juice in the markets to really be able to break above. So if anything, hopefully the next candle should be able to break above it if the buying pressure really holds up. But yeah, let's see, because this setup I'm actually really liking it. It's one of those early morning setups that we get every so often. That it plays out, and in the first 10 minutes, and we're off. You know what I mean? That's what I'm hoping for today. And then tomorrow we can take it off pretty chill, since I don't know if you guys know this or not, but tomorrow is FOMC minutes. I don't really trade FOMC at all. It's not my type of thing to trade. So yeah, tomorrow I'll be off. All right, guys. So hopefully today this is a setup that we need off open to go enjoy the day for today and tomorrow. All right, guys. So yeah, let's see what we have to work with here. I'm actually really excited for this setup. I really want to see an inverse above. I'm assuming ES is about to break above this high. It's looking so much more stronger still. So I would say as long as ES remains healthy, NQ shouldn't really have a reason to really sell off too much. Although it is the weaker one here, we have to see how this holds up. We really need just that one extra leg up right there to really break above. Now ES is ripping when NQ is just sitting there, man. So I'm really hoping we get like an S&T flip very soon to where NQ kind of picks up the buying pressure instead. Because here's the problem, guys. ES is ripping right now, absolutely ripping. Like the buying pressure, there's no questioning it, right? The problem is the closer that ES gets to these levels of liquidities up here, right? If ES takes it out and ES wants to go back down, with NQ being the weak one, that's when the problems start forming. All right, because obviously NQ already having sellers kind of on standby, with ES only having buyers. Once we take out our objective, if ES wants to go down, because it has every reason to go down after it took out the level of liquidity, NQ will shoot down twice as hard. All right, so keep that in mind, guys. Now, these internal levels above, I don't really think they're gonna be a huge deal. Like, I don't really think the market is gonna sell off a million points to the downside just because we took out, you know, an internal. It could definitely happen. I'm not saying it can't, but we have more of a chance of hitting this London high and reversing rather than hitting this internal high and reversing out of nowhere. All right, so I would say the best that we can kind of hope for right now is kind of just wait to see if we can get an SMT flip here, because obviously right now ES is obviously the one that has so much more strength, but there have been times where one it looks stronger than the other. You give it a few minutes and the other one starts picking up right after. All right, so that might be the case. All right, now I would love to take shorts. You might be wondering, yo, I mean, we're rejecting off of it 3 times. Why don't we just take shorts from it, guys? The whole reason as to why I'm not taking shorts is obviously we still have room for higher. We hit the objective to it. Okay, look, let me take a step back. We hit the objective to the downside. Buyers are trying to step in, and buyers are in complete control on ES. ES still has room for higher, and NQ still has room for higher. We are in a bearish value gap, but we don't really. If we were to take shorts, we don't really have anything too interesting nearby to really like get a an objective hit. All right. So for now, I would say kind of just wait on. Maybe wait for ES to take out one of these levels, and if we do end up selling off, maybe we could look for shorts off of this for value gap. But in the meantime, I am super interested in longs. I really want to take this, but it's just I today we just chose the wrong one, because you guys know yesterday we traded ES because NQ wasn't moving. That's the same case today. We should have traded ES, but it's a should have, would have, could have situation. We didn't really see it in time, and honestly, it's kind of like whatever. But yeah, it's kind of really unfortunate how NQ is just. I mean, ES is just absolutely ripping here when NQ is just sitting there doing nothing, bro. So yeah, there's a gap on QQ. I don't trade gaps. I don't trade gaps. Yeah, there's a gap on QQQ that doesn't really do anything, because remember, Nasdaq is the one that's really moving. You know what I mean? QQQ just follows behind Nasdaq. So if Nasdaq doesn't have a gap, then it probably won't do much. Mm, mm, mm. But yeah, ES, I'm assuming you already hit a level of liquidity. It's about to. It's a point away. I'm sure with the buying pressure that we have now, we're going to see it very soon. All right, so let's see. Yeah, let's see if NQ can kind of start picking up a little bit more here. Now, I'm just a little bit worried. We would have to, before we take an entry, we would have to see how ES reacts off of this level up here. And depending on how we react off this level, whether we want to reverse it or not, if we end up taking out this level and reversing back down, we could take shorts off NQ because look at the weakness here. Now, if we do end up taking shorts on NQ, we would pretty much enter if we break below this low right down here. But remember, I would only be open to taking shorts if ES at least takes out this high up here, which isn't even the strongest high at all, right? We have this high up here to really take care of. But obviously, if we take out this high, ES starts getting weak. Obviously, NQ, it being already so weak, is going to be 2 times weaker to the downside. Or 2 times stronger, I guess you could say. But yeah, let's see. All right, this next candle opened up. We didn't really do much in this one. I was really hoping or expecting something to happen in this one, but I guess not. All right, but maybe the third time's a charm. All right, let's see if we can get something off that setup. But I'm really bummed out that NQ didn't really do much. It's kind of picking up a little bit more here though, because look, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Yeah, exactly. I was about to say the SMT is kind of picking up here, because look at ES, right? Very small candle, not doing much. Look at NQ on the other hand, trying to break new highs. So maybe this might be the SMT flip that we need. All right, guys. Hopefully this might be the SMT flip that we need because we need NQ to pick up a lot more than ES on buying. All right. Remember, ES already did his job. It already did all of the buying, all the buying stuff, whatever. NQ on the other hand, kind of just sitting there. But like I said, before I take shorts, I'm really hoping that ES doesn't sell off just yet because if I would want to take shorts into 808, muted. Oh yeah, just restart Discord. All right. Anyways, if I want to trade into 808, which is all the way down here, right? What I would want to do is take out this high up here, which we just barely missed, and we're selling off right now, in fact. So I don't know if I want to take shorts just yet. I mean, we are holding below this London low, and it doesn't really seem like buyers are really going to pick up anytime soon. So let me see if I can work off something here. I don't want to rush anything either, so if I miss it, then I miss it, fair and square. But if I get an entry, it'll be off of this low break. And then we will just target 808 mainly. Or we can target the yesterday's New York low as well. Let me have this alert on standby just in case, just in case we get interested in shorts. Let me have this as a backup alert just in case. So NQ shorts, just in case, just in case we get that selling. Like I said, I'm not going to take shorts unless we get a high sweep off of this level up here. This is like the minimum, the bare minimum we need. If we don't take that out, then, I'm not really going to be super interested in shorts. But that selling was definitely something, and that flip was also definitely something. So definitely something to pay attention to for sure. Now let's see if we can break some highs here to see if we can finally get the inverse here. I just had those shorts. Just you guys never know. You know what I mean? We get a lot of selling, and we had the setup there. We miss it. You know what I mean? So it's always good to have it on standby, just in case. But I'm still interested in longs for sure, or more interested in longs. But yeah, look at this SMT flip. We finally got it. ES is holding red when NQ is holding fully green here. So that's what we need. Now, all we need now is pretty much just the inverse, and that's it. All right. Let me sure I have everything ready, just in case for the inverse. We don't have news today, right? I don't think so. Let me double check just in case. Forex Factory. Nope, no news today. Okay, so it's just pure volume. What is that? I have to make a video on SMT. It's kind of hard to explain, like when we're on the spot here with the setup. Yeah, so the setup will look somewhat like this. There you go. Let me close down the chart for a second. Let me see if I can lock in real quick. Yes, it's kind of picking up a little bit here. I'm getting a little bit worried with this level. I don't really think it's the strongest level nearby. Definitely not, but it can definitely do something as well. We just need NQ to kind of just hold above this high. I mean, it's trying to for sure. Especially with sellers trying to step in and buyers quickly rejecting them. That's the most beautiful sign in the world. It's just we need to really hold above now. You know what I mean? That's the key right now. Yeah, that red to green flip was beautiful. It was like the the cherry on top, pretty much. And we're about what 10 points away from inversing the gap. All we need now is just literally a 10-point push up. Yes, kind of just sitting there now. So yeah, we're definitely getting the S&T flip. There's a huge difference in these candles in terms of buying, of course. All right, next candle opened up. Let's see what we do. Currently, we're still sitting below the gap here. Like I said, I probably won't be open to taking shorts unless we see this high up here. But right now, it's kind of just a little. I'm not gonna say. I don't want to say it's choppy. It's just a little behind. I'm gonna say behind. I'm not gonna say it's slow because the volume is definitely there. I'm not gonna say it's choppy because the market just opened. It's just behind. Like we know what it wants to do, and we know where it wants to go to. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just delayed. Because look, we're getting the buying pressure. We're getting everything. We're just sitting inside of this range over here. So let's see if we can get this break above this time. Because okay, now we're really breaking above, or we're trying to at least. We broke past the three highs. So let's see if we can break out of this candle. Worst case, we get the what is it called, the silver bullet, I think it's called, for 10 a.m. and we probably just get a push off there. So if we don't get a push off this one, and we know exactly where price is going to, more than likely the silver bullet is just gonna shoot it straight above this inverse. Oh no, my Discord froze. Oh shit, hold up. Guys, I'm gonna restart real quick. Hold up. Let me join back real quick. All right, I'm back. No. It's there's like this glitch with Discord that if when you're screen sharing, if you grab the screen share at like some certain timing, your mouse gets stuck on like the grabbing thing and you can't move. You can't move anywhere. So yeah. All right, there you go. Back on the screen share. Okay, bet. All right, we're back. A lot of wicks, but all those candles are green. Yeah, the thing is, I'm be completely surprised. I've traded the setup 1,000,001 times, and I've never really see it. I've never really seen it be so like delayed like this. Like we know where we want to go to, and we know what the bias is. It's just why are we doing rejection, buying? If we're gonna be rejecting so many times, why not just sell it off already? You know what I mean? And as much as I would love to take shorts off this, I have a set bias that I want to see right now, and I probably just won't go against it. And as much as I would love to take shorts once again, I just want to see a break above this first on ES, so we can really get that reasoning as to why we want to go down. All right. So once again, what we want to see: ES take out liquidity, it sweeps it with ES wanting to go down. Obviously, NQ will follow along, although NQ hasn't taken out anything, and all it's doing is it's rejecting off of a bearish value gap. All right, but right now I won't really take anything just because we haven't really swept any liquidity to the upside, meaning that this could just be a simple pullback in the market. All right, it's just why is it taking so long? You know what I mean? But yeah, if anything, worst case, we just wait on the silver bullet for 10 a.m. It probably won't be anything crazy. I think it's called the silver bullet. I don't really trade it so much, but it's pretty much our last hope into like a really strong direction to the upside, or a really strong like candle to the upside is what I'm trying to say. But we'll see. We'll see. Hopefully we don't sell off too much because I also didn't want to take shorts off this, but not with the buys that I have currently. Yeah, hopefully we don't chop up today. Hopefully not, because tomorrow's gonna be a little bit kind of like the same case. Let me zoom in a little bit here so you guys can see. And worst case, we just wait for like a little pullback into these lows, and if we get another um upside push, then we could be ready again. I would say worst case. Okay, look, if we want to hold down to a bearish bias, which right now is kind of not the case for me. We haven't broken below the lows just yet. I mean, who knows? Maybe in like 2 seconds we do. But worst case, guys, like I said, our next level of liquidity is 100.28. It's at 808, right? It's very, very far away. So worst case, if we don't get an entry from this gap over here, what we could do is we could just wait for a push down, a strong push down, because obviously right now we're getting a little bit of selling, right? Just like this, right? And instead of entering off up here, we can just wait for with the strong selling to create a new setup around here, and we just use this to then form the right bias, get still just as good as a good looking setup, and then still take it into the Asia low. Because if we're confirmed to really hold below this, then yeah, we can probably shoot down into this Asia low and be good. All right, so maybe that's the case. But for now, I really want to hold up to the longs. But as long as we hold up below this level of liquidity, then I guess we can't really do much with longs because obviously our bias is definitely going to be leaning more towards bullish. All right, but let's see. ES didn't really form a fair value gap here on the 5 minute, not on the 15 minute either. Let's see NQ on the other hand. I doubt this fair value gap is going to hold up at all. Especially with the green candle there. Look, guys, I know it might sound a little bit crazy, but I kind of think that this is going to be a pullback. And we shoot right back up. But who knows? Who knows? It's just I hate trading certain biases when the objective is so far away. It's super hard to trade into it because obviously it's not like we're just gonna get two super red candles into the Asia low and it's a job done. I mean, it's really not as easy as that. So right now, what I want to see is obviously we take out this London low, we still hold above it, we inverse this gap, and we just target the nearby liquidity, and then we go back down, throughout the entire day. But like I said, guys, I kind of believe that this is just gonna be a pullback to kind of fake some orders out and then go right back up. So let's just wait on that. And if it doesn't hold down, then we'll just switch over to a bearish bias and try to find a setup from there. ES didn't sweep. Also that as well. That's why I'm not in shorts right now, actually. Because yeah, if ES would look, like I said, guys, I'm gonna explain one last time because I know I keep repeating myself. All right, once again, ES was the leading one. All right, NQ was nowhere near the highs when ES took out all of the highs. What does this mean? NQ has sellers on standby. ES has full buying. So if ES hits the objective and starts rejecting back down, this means that the strongest one, or what was the strongest one, is no longer strong. So what does this mean with the weaker one, or with the one with sellers on standby? Well, now that they got the cue that ES has selling, NQ sellers are going to step in even harder. All right, and what does that mean? Well, with NQ being the weaker one, it's going to sell off so much harder, although it never took out a level of liquidity. All right, so that's exactly why I was kind of waiting for a sweep off of this high up here to then take shorts off of this fair value gap projection to then be in a position right now. All right, but obviously we didn't really get that. So right now we're still like sitting on our long bias. As long as we trade above or nearby this level of liquidity, when with some buyers still trying to step in, we can definitely still be a little bit more bullish than bearish. But if this candle continues flipping red, and if the new candles continue breaking past the previous lows, then we can obviously still we can obviously switch over to a bearish bias going forward. And don't worry, you might be like, yo, haven't we sold off so much already? How are we going to continue taking shorts to the downside? Well, guys, we still have room for lower into our main objectives at 808 and 779. All right, this low, the New York low, and the Asia low right down here. All right, so as long as we don't take out these levels of liquidity as we go down, we're still going to have room for lower. All right, but we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. So far, we're kind of still waiting here on more of a read, which we had at first, but obviously ES kind of slowing everything down right now, or at least flipping the bias. And surprisingly, with ES selling off into these lows, NQ is kind of picking up a little bit more. All right, so we're getting more of an S&T flip here, which is what we wanted in the first place. So if we play our cards right and we wait a little bit longer, if ES starts slowing down on the selling, although it might not go up, if it slows down on the selling, that'll give the buyers on NQ just a little bit like of a little push up to have enough buying to really shoot its way into this inverse. Although yes, um might not be going up. All right, so keep that in mind. So let's see if we can start holding above this London low real quick. There you go. Yeah, definitely a weird open. I do have to say, it looked super clean at first, but nothing really held. So nothing from us yet. But we're waiting on it. It's like we're getting buyers and we get sellers and we get buyers again and we get sellers. Yep. Once again, there's the sellers again. So it's kind of like, I guess it's like a battle between buying and selling because it's been doing this like all morning. It's green, red, green, red, green, red. And the worst part is we don't have news to really have us really break above anything. Or like really get like a strong impulse anywhere, in fact. So if we break past this candle low, I might, yep, there it is. I might just start leaning more towards bearish and just completely get rid of this inverse idea. Because obviously the further away we get from it, obviously the further away we get from the setup, the longer it will take to play out. But if we were to take short, what setup would we take? Maybe something on the 15. No, nothing on the 15. And the inverses, no. So yeah, so if anything, worst case, if we wanted to look to take short anywhere around this area, we would have to wait for a brand new fair value gap to be formed around here, and then we take short off of that retracement into these two lows right here. And if that's not the case, then I guess the only set that we have to work with is kind of inversing this above, whenever that happens. You know what I mean? Whether it could be in the next 5 minutes, the next hour, 2, 3 hours, who knows? All right. But yeah, it's just, I'm not like, today's open is it's clean. I like it. I like it for sure. We have a setup. Although we didn't take shorts, it did play out. You know what I mean? And although we didn't really meet the objective, it played out. All right. So I'm not gonna say that today's open is garbage. It's definitely there. It's just we're not getting the cleanest movements. Like we have a trend, we have a bias, we have a reason to go down or up, and it's like we're going into it, but we're getting like these little mini like distractions here and there. Like we continue selling off. We get a buying candle, another buying candle, another buying candle, and we go even lower. Then a buying candle and a buying candle, and we go even lower. So it's definitely weird. Definitely weird, I have to say, but I'm sure we can work around it. It's just we need to wait for a kind of a new setup to form unless we want to like really wait it out and wait for this one to kind of like get retraced into. Did you just not take shorts because of your bias? No, I explained it a million times. Um, it's because ES never took out the high, right over here. I wanted to take shorts. I just couldn't because of that. I couldn't because of that confirmation. We kind of missed it by actually like one tick. But I don't know if you tuned into a stream or not. Like maybe a few minutes ago. But I explained that thing like 7 times. I think people are getting annoyed at that point as to why I wanted to take shorts, but I just didn't. NQ inverse a 50-minute FEG. Nah, there's nothing here in terms of rally gap. There's really nothing to inverse, at least from what I'm seeing. Nah, but you're good, bro. Don't trip. Don't trip. You're good. Yeah, maybe you guys are talking about this one. This is a fair value gap that was formed during Asia. during Asia. Um, mm, I don't really like it that much. But if you would have entered, you would be up maybe like up 18 points around there. Why do you want to? Why do you want to take shorts? I'm not really super open to shorts. Just like I'm open to it. Like I will take it if I see a setup. It's just obviously, you know what I mean? The market's not really holding above the levels of liquidity that we want to see for a bullish bias. So obviously, if we can't hold above it, what more do we have to do? Go below it. I mean, so we're just waiting on something to form here. So once again, guys, right now the current game plan for those tuning in, it's we either wait a while, you know, for a lot of buying pressure to kick in, and then we inverse this fair value gap later today, or you know, in a few minutes, maybe. Who knows? You know, if a miracle happens. If we just rip all the way up, we can inverse this into our upside liquidity. But if that's not going to be the case, the only thing that we're left to do is wait for a setup to form below this London low drawn liquidity, and we just try to trade it into this Asia and New York low right down here. But that's only if a setup forms. If not, then you know we can't really do much. So it's those things. It's either we get a miracle and we push up like crazy out of nowhere, or we push down, we create a setup, and we play off that setup into the Asia and New York low. All right. So in the meantime, it's just wait it out. All right. Yeah, right now we would have been in shorts for sure if we would have taken this level out. And we missed it by one tick. The timing on that is, I mean, if it wasn't meant to happen, then it was meant to happen. But I mean, traders working is waiting 100%, my man, 100%. Why do why do we take it out on MES but not ES? MES and ES, I typically always go based off ES. MES is kind of more of like a contract type of thing. But on ES, it's kind of like, you know what I mean? Let me check out MES. But I never chart off MES. Oh yeah, we did. I mean, it's a tick difference, so maybe a little bit of data delay or something. But on ES, we never took it out, so I guess, you know, I was just never open to it. David, how do you decide when to use your wait? David, how do you decide when to use your strategy to reject off inverses for continuation in a direction instead of your usual inverse strategy? All right, I have two videos on that because obviously explaining it is going to take years. So let me kind of okay. So what you need to know, I'm gonna send you the videos in order. So learn the the daily bias, then watch the inverse fair value gap video, and then I'm looking to you now. Hold up, and then watch the continuation model, which will be always a backup plan. So here, watch these videos right here. There you go. Watch those three videos, and it will kind of answer your question. Bro, Max. That's just equal highs. I don't think it took it out. Yeah, typically when I'm looking for a level to be taken out, I kind of wait for like a nice break above it, not just like a tap into it. You know what I mean? So either way, I wouldn't really have done too much off of it. So yeah. Yeah, today's gonna be more of those. Wait, what time did we get our trade yesterday? We got it pretty early, right? Or did we also wait? We waited for 10:30. So yeah, we also waited yesterday for our setup quite some time. So I guess that's gonna be the same case today. Now, in the meantime, guys, now that I have 613 of you guys in here and over 100 of you guys on YouTube, guys, I feel like now is the perfect time to really tell you guys tomorrow is FOMC. I know it's FOMC minutes. It's not FOMC, the actual one. But, guys, I do not trade any FOMC whatsoever. And I don't really suggest you guys do it either. Because whether it's minutes or the regular actual FOMC, in my from experience in the markets, you know, from all the years that I've tried trading FOMC or any sort of FOMC, it always tends to chop up really bad once the market opens. So I'm not really gonna be too active tomorrow at all in terms of charts and everything. I just don't trade it for myself. I have rules in my trading that I just don't trade those type of news. All right. So just so you guys know for tomorrow, or maybe if you guys want to take it into consideration, maybe take tomorrow off. Take like a nice mental breather, and just come back stronger on Thursday once the markets are back to normal. All right. But yeah, tomorrow is pretty much the only day that we have important news coming out, which is FOMC minutes, which comes out at 2 p.m. EST. All right. Bro, yeah, I'm MT, bro. I don't need a mental break. I need money. Well, you also don't want to lose money either, bro. So, you know what I mean? You also got to take that into consideration. How important is filling out the trading strategy section on the Apex dashboard? I have yet to do it, bro. So, I don't really know. I don't really think I've seen anyone really complain about that. So, I mean, it takes 2 seconds to really fill it out. Just go on ChatGPT and just, tell it to you know what I mean? To do it for you, pretty much. But yeah, back to tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow, take it into consideration. Try to avoid it. Typically, we don't trade at FOMC, and that's for a very good reason. I don't tell you guys to suggest. I don't suggest you guys something for no reason. I mean, my spinal mening. I don't even know what that means, but I'm hoping for the best, bro. As always. Market is choppy a little bit, bro. A little bit, but we have a setup. We're waiting on it. As long as we have buying pressure and our setup inverses, we should be good. Sound contact disease from dorms. Oh shit. Dude, how important is it for you to have a checklist for your strategy, especially now? How important is, dude? It's the most important thing in your career, bro. You have to have a checklist. Remember, when we're okay, you guys know me. You guys have been trading with me for hopefully some time now. You know what I mean? Unless you guys are brand new to the premium or to the streams on YouTube. All right, guys. If I'm even missing the tiniest confirmation, I will avoid that setup at all costs. All right. Remember, I'm very picky with my setups. I like to make sure that everything is as perfect as it could be, no more, no less. All right. If I'm missing one little thing, that means that I'm not as confident in my setup, and I don't want to be putting money in the markets with something I'm not confident in. All right. So always have a checklist. I always give you guys my checklist. Always. Let me show you guys. I did a class on last Friday, I think. Yeah, it was on Friday. It was for sure Friday. I did a class pretty much giving you guys my checklist. It's a few things. It's identify the trend, find your levels of liquidity, wait for a DOL sweep, wait for your MSS, and then look for an FEG/IFEG. So if you guys don't want to watch that 1 hour long video, let me kind of write it down. Hold on. Can you email me the list? Bro. I'm not gonna email you a list, bro. I'm gonna send it over here, bro. Come on now. All right. So it's number one, it's find trend. Number two, it's find DOL. Number three, look for a DOL sweep first. I'm gonna highlight first real quick, or underline first. Then number four, look for an MSS after price is holding above/below the DOL sweep or DOL. And then number five, entry model, which would be your IFEG or FEG/IFEG or FEG. Yeah, I said that. There you go. So that is my current checklist. All right. So let's use this checklist for today. All right. So I'm gonna put it over here on the side. All right. So first things first, find your trend for today. Coming to market open, what is the current trend? Well, the market trend is currently bearish. Why? We have all-time high, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. With lower highs, what does that tell us in the market? The market trend is bearish. Okay, why exactly is the market going down currently? Well, we have a London low right down here. So maybe that is our objective for the day. All right, so that is our levels of liquidity found. London low, internal high, London high, another internal high. All right, with us taking, the first thing we did off open is take out this London low. What is our job? All right, let's go back to, bro, I can't even open Discord, bro. Our job. Okay, so look for the DOL sweep. Where's the DOL sweep? All right, well, we found our DOL. We took out the drawn liquidity. We were holding above the level of liquidity, so that's our DOL sweep. Do we have the MSS model? Well, if you take a very close look on the smaller time frame, we went from creating main high, lower high, lower high, lower high, into creating on the smaller time frame main high, higher high, higher high, higher high. Notice how every candle broke the previous candle high. All right, on the smaller time frame, that is a confirmed MSS model. So what is the final thing we're missing? The fair value gap. All right, we have a fair value gap right here, but we never inversed it, meaning that our final confirmation or our final checklist never got checked out, meaning that we never found our entry. All right, which means that we're still kind of waiting on it. Hence why you see this on the screen right now. All right, so hopefully that makes a little bit more sense to you. So yeah, every single day, literally the only thing that I go through every single day, find trend, find your levels of liquidity, wait for one direction to get taken out in terms of liquidity, wait for the MSS model, which will be your reaction, and then just wait for the cherry on top, which will be your entry model. And that's it. You have yourself a working model just like that. All right. So this is what I use every single day. In fact, can I pin it or no? I can't. But yeah, you guys can save it. I mean, I cover this every day, so it shouldn't be anything new. But yeah, bro. All right. Anyways, all right, let me go back to the side, and we are still chopping. So far, guys, no setup yet. But be glad that you're not in the chop either. You know what I mean? It's a win-win. It's a win-win. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna write it down with a feather ink and have a bird fucking send it over, bro. Can we enter off the inverse from the 955 fair value gap? 955. 955. We don't have a fair value gap at 955. On the 15-minute time frame? Maybe? No, I don't see a 955 fair value gap. Wait, what time frame? You maybe on like the 30-minute. I wouldn't doubt it. No. 955. 15-minute? No, the 15-minute is the same one as the 5-minute. The only one I see is the one at 931. Nah, if anything, send me a screenshot. I'll check it out and see what you're seeing. Okay, let me see. In the meantime, we have some time for questions. Nah, you're good, bro. You're good. Don't worry. Don't worry. What do you suggest is the best thing to do when you wait? You guys are tapping a lot. When you pass the eval, wait for a good amount for your first payment. Open a new account. Okay, so it's all preference. In terms of comfort, whether you want to trade 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 20 accounts. It's all up to you. It depends on your like mental tolerance, I think that's the word, like how much you can handle like under pressure. I mean, obviously trading 20 accounts is not as easy as trading one account. You know what I mean? It's nowhere near as easy. In fact, it's very hard, like really hard. But when you guys pass your accounts, I actually did I forgot when I said it. But there's a few rules that I have in terms of trimming, sizing. I had a burp there. In terms of trimming, sizing, when to take profits, and all that stuff. Yeah, best thing to do is full port. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, hey Blast, have you ever gotten a payout then shortly after you blow the account? Yeah, it happened to me on Top Step. You guys know when I had what was it, 4 Top Step accounts? Was it 4 or 3? And I was trading on 3 of the accounts. The other one, I got a payout on it. I'm like, fuck it, bro. I'm gonna 4 port, bro. 2 seconds later, bro, that shit was down the drain, bro. But I had that account more of like a gamble. I didn't really care about it. I already did the whole job behind it. I got a payout behind it, so I'm like, you know what, whatever. But yeah, I do it. You know what I mean? I don't really. Obviously, I didn't put out any trades behind that. I kind of just took it on my own. But how did you get through the mental pressure of trading multiple accounts? It's a levels game. You start off with one. You get funded. You get a payout. Whatever the two of what it is. Then I remember what I did. I started off with 1. I really struggled on that one account, bro. I'm not gonna lie. When I first started trading futures, then I moved over to 3. Then I did 5, then 10, and now I'm currently holding 20. But I still trade 10. I've been on 10 accounts for like a year now. Let me see, bro. At the end of the day, just scale. Step 1, take payouts. Step 2, buy more accounts. Exactly, bro. Exactly. The more you scale, the more money you make. If you can get 1 payout, why can't you make 20 other payouts? You know what I'm saying? As long as you have a model and as long as you have, your rules and everything, you could do it again. If you could do the first time, why not the second time? Have you reached 25,000? What do you mean? Oh, like per account? I don't think so. I don't know. I have to check. Start with 20 immediately, bro. That's one way to start growing white hairs by 20. Apex. I have, yeah, yeah, I have. When was the last time you blew a PA? I think it was after I came back from PR, which was a top step account. I kind of just had it sitting there. I'm like, you know what, fuck it, and I just kind of why not trade out 20? It's hard, bro, mentally. Guys, you guys gotta keep in mind. Um, I know I might not show it, and I know I might sound really confident when I'm taking my trade, which I am. I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to say that. I'm definitely confident with my trades. Is the thing is, when you have 900 people watching you take a trade, it's a lot of pressure. Like I might not show it, and I might be used to the pressure, but dude, it's always there, bro. So imagine having 900 people on your ass relying on you, or relying off of you, for that trade to work out, and also trading thousands of dollars worth of accounts. That's not something I'm trying to deal with. So I kind of try to take it down, just maybe one level and just stick to 10 accounts. All right. Anyways, right now we're currently selling off, which is what we have been waiting for. Yeah, it kind of seems like. Wait, do we have a setup? Oh, maybe on the 15-minute. Yeah, we'll probably have to wait for the 15-minute. Yeah. In the meantime, guys, we are still currently waiting for a setup. We don't have too much for. My kids are hungry. All right, bro. I'm trying here, man. I'm trying. I'm trying. But yeah, let me see. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you. But yeah, so far, although yeah, the bias is definitely bearish. We don't have buyers stepping in anywhere. We still don't really have a setup to really work with either way. So yeah. Now I'm curious if we would have taken shorts. Let's see. So we would have entered from a 30 point. Hello. I think my trading view crashed. Let me refresh this. Anyways, okay, we're back. All right. So I would have entered off of a 30 point candle. So my entry would have been off 895. We would have currently been up 45 points. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Yeah, but we couldn't get that setup going. Maybe we have something on ES. 7 points. Nah. Not good enough to me. What are we waiting for exactly right now? Well, we have a bearish bias. We're holding below the London low. And obviously, if we have a bearish bias, sellers are stepping in. We have lower highs, lower lows. And we're holding below the London low. This tells us that the bias is obviously currently bearish. And we probably have room for lower into the next level of liquidity, which is the Asia low right down here. Now, we have all of the confirmations in terms of trend, DOL, DOL not holding up, and the selling pressure, right? We have all of that. The only thing is the cherry on top, the entry model. We're missing that part and that part only, right? We have everything else but that entry model. So right now we're currently waiting to see if we can get some selling spike to see if we can create some sort of a gap anywhere around here to see if we can obviously get a retracement entry. And worst case, I mean, we probably just, if the market wants to slowly grind down into this level down here, then I guess we could probably take something off here during the PM session. But during the AM, we're kind of just waiting for something, whether it's once again we get a miracle and we shoot all the way up into here in one go and we inverse this for value gap, or we shoot down, we create a gap and we just trade it into down here. All right. So in the meantime, we're kind of just answering questions and just emailing. All right, just emailing, bro. I just rather chat and just waiting for the setup. Bro, email me the alert when you get it, bro. You guys in these fucking emails, bro. Plus, when you take a trade on NQ, do you ever think about trading the trade, copying the trade idea over to ES? No, because of the SMT. Remember, there are times where one is stronger than the other, right? And NQ could be bullish when ES could be bearish. So you might be red on one and bullish, and green on another one. All right. And by the way, bro, dude, just focus on one setup. You know what I mean? If the setup is there, take it on there. You know what I mean? Don't take it on another thing. You know? Possible MSS when it sweeps the Asia, if it sweeps the Asia lows. Yeah, it is possible, but we will have to take a setup right down here because, of course, we're not going to wait for a sweep off of the Asia low for an MSS to then push up 120 points to then get an entry to then push up yet another 100 points. We're not going to wait for that. We're not going to wait for that. All right. So, yeah. What's Krabby doing? I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm not watching him, bro. Yeah, so far it's still a little choppy. I'm not gonna lie. It's not the choppiest, but it's definitely not the cleanest. So it's just a waiting game. You know what I mean? And worst case, guys, worst case, like to the worst of the worst, guys, if we end up going up during, the entire morning, but a very slow grind up, and we start seeing a little bit more buying pressure during the PM session, we could still be open to taking this setup right over here, guys. This setup is not invalid. It's just we're very far away from it now. And by very far away, I mean like 60 points. It's not the end of the world. We can see that in, maybe one. If Trump says something right now, we could probably push up straight into it, you know? But this, guys, the setup is so very open to us to taking. It's just, we're a little bit kind of far away from it, so it could take a little bit of time. But in the meantime, guys, while you guys are on your training view chart, guys, go ahead and make sure you guys mark out this setup right over here, just in case we get off stream. And we this it plays out, you guys will know that, hey, the setup that we were watching on stream is currently playing out. Maybe I could take it on my own and know exactly what to look for. All right, because remember, guys, we're not here to leech off anyone. We're here to learn as we go on. All right, so you guys can trade on your own. Remember, trading, you're your own boss. You schedule your own times. You schedule your own trades. You schedule everything. All right, so yeah. Now I'm here to leech. Oh hell no, bro. Come on now, bro. Finance of Freddy's. Oh, I lie, but that looks cool. You know what? It is something I would buy. All right, David, can you okay? David, can you talk us through your gut feeling when we enter an inverse or continuation? Listen, bro. The market does not care about what you're feeling, bro. The market does not care about what you're thinking. Trade what the market is giving you. All right. Keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Let's kind of dig a little bit deeper into that, right? The gut feeling. Obviously, like I said, the market does not care what this guy is thinking. It's like, oh my god, let me think of a name. I don't know, bro. Oh my god, this guy, he's thinking, oh, we should go down, so I have to go down. No, that's not how it works. You know what I mean? But in terms of gut feeling, it's more of like a, what is it? Is it kind of like psychology? Is that what it is? Is gut feeling psychology? No, right? Because what I'm trying to say is, guys, sometimes when the saying, trust your gut. If you guys don't feel something, maybe don't take it. You know what I mean? Maybe you're not gonna be as confident in it because you have some stuff in the back of your mind and all that stuff. Intuition. Isn't that school? Nah, I'm tripping, bro. I'm tripping. But yeah, sometimes in life, yeah, there's that gut feeling that's like, hey, maybe don't take the trade, or oh, yo, I'm stupid, bro. Yo, I'm rage baiting, bro. I'm rage baiting. But yeah, no, that if you guys have like a gut feeling, you can always go buy it. It's not really wrong. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like if you're like, but like I'm not really feeling this trade, don't take it. Intuition, gut feeling, tuition, school fee. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, bro. Nah, bro, I'm bugging, bro. This are meant to, bro. It's going up, yeah, bro. I mean, surprisingly, this is the miracle that we wanted. I mean, did Trump say something? Why are we going up like this? I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I was not expecting this to happen anytime soon. But I guess I we'll take it. We'll take it. Anyways, let me kind of mark this out again. With the volume that we have today or right now, I feel like 30 points would be a little bit safer. There we go. 30 points. Target everything above up here. I marked out 28, right? I did. Okay. Wait, no, like seriously though, why are we pushing up like this? Because why are we getting the push up now and not off open? You know what I mean? Let me check. Oh, hey everyone, I'm on holiday. Oh, I'll be posting, but expect me to be a little bit less active than usual. Nah, man, you can't be on holiday, bro. I need you. Oh yeah, it is Iran. Okay, wait. Iran, foreign minister. Um, something about the U.S. Uh, I'm not really seeing anything crazy here. Nothing in terms of Trump or something. Wait, 45 minutes ago, U.S. Japan agreed to various talks on tariff. 45 minutes ago. How long was that? That was like 9. That's probably why we got the sell off here, in fact. Let me see. Let me catch up with the chat in the meantime while we wait for this trade. Dude, this buying is fucking crazy. Look at, we're back in the fair value. What? David, do you drink macchiato? Hell no. Bro, I went to a gas station yesterday, bro, because I was putting gas, and I saw like some older people, and bro, they came out with like this Cuban sandwich, bro, with the coffee, and I never drink coffee, dude. I think I've drank coffee like maybe like 5 times in my entire life, and I drank it, but I think it was amazing, bro. Now I see why people are addicted to it. That thing was really good. Yeah, all right, bro. Anyways, all right, let's see. Now, I will say it can get a little bit ugly, all right? Because, guys, lock in real quick, all right? Yeah, this is what I'm trying to say, all right? So, we just created a brand new fair value gap right here. So, two things can happen. And yeah, two things can happen. And it can be a little bit ugly, all right? So, keep this in mind. Right now, what we're looking for, no matter what, our entry should be based off of this inverse, right? No ifs, no buts. All right, because we're not going to be taking a fair value gap retracement plus a bounce to then trade it straight into another fair value gap that has been rejected 4 times. All right, and wait, let me lock in real quick because now, if we enter off this, there's a slight chance where we can get a little bit of a pullback into this fair value gap and possibly very close to the stop loss and then go back up. All right, because remember, we have a fair value gap here, which we're trying to inverse, and we just created a brand new bullish fair value gap right here that we can retrace into and then go up even higher. So before we go up any higher and inverse this fair value gap right over here, what I'm hoping we do is we sell off in this candle just a little bit, you know, not like a major sell off, right? The next candle opens up, we sell off a little bit more, back into the fair value gap. We tap into this bullish fair value gap, we go up, we get the buying pressure / confirmation that buyers are stepping in, and then we just wait for an inverse off of this fair value gap, and then we enter. All right, because I don't want to enter off this right now just because we got, well, I probably will if we get it, because obviously that's the setup. But what's a possibility in happening is if buyers slow down a little bit, sellers could take control, retrace it back into this fair value gap, get very close, if not hit our stop loss, and possibly go up even higher. Because remember, we took out everything to the downside and we have all of the room to the upside. All right, so it can get a little bit messy, but as long as buyers hold up, we shouldn't really have too much of an issue. All right, but just have that in the back of your mind and be open to it. All right, guys. So if we get a pullback, don't be like, oh my god, the trade is cooked, guys. No, it's probably just a pullback. All right. Because I remember you guys, the trade will go down 3 points, and it will be like, yo, we're cooked, bro. I got stopped out. I'm like, yo, it's a 3-point sell off, bro. Relax. You know what I mean? But anyways, right, we're about to get the inverse right now, guys. So lock in real quick. There's the inverse. Now let's see if we can get an entry. Buyers are stepping in pretty nice, so I might have to enter very, very soon. In the meantime, let me get the screenshots going really quick. Boom, boom. There we go. All right. But yeah, we need to make sure that we get obviously a nice impulse above. We are currently holding above the fair value gap. If we can hold above 931 for some time with a lot of buying pressure, I'm gonna go ahead and enter off of that. All right, guys. So let me zoom in real quick now that I got the screenshot. All right, bitch. All right, so if we enter, it'll be 22.9. But remember, a hold above 931 would be beautiful. I am a little bit worried about this pullback. Not super worried because obviously buyers are really, really stepping in here with the continuation. But obviously a pullback is always bound to happen. Or it could happen. All right, I'm going to go ahead and enter longs here, guys. I'm in. All right. I'm in longs. I got filled at 934. All right. Let me go ahead and copy this over. Let me go ahead and send it out. There we go. And let me go ahead and send it out over here as well. There we go. All right. Now, let's see if we either shoot straight into our price target or if we get this pullback that we don't want to see. All right, guys. But yeah. Let me start typing up a little bit of this and a bit of that. All right. Now PT1, is it 30 points? So we entered off, let's say 31. 25 points. So if anything, I'll take skills here, but I wouldn't move my stop loss until we see like maybe like 600 or not 600, 960. My bad. So yeah, once again, guys, the current game plan right now is obviously try to see how we hold above this. And what we could do is if we shoot up into this internal up here, we could take skills out. I wouldn't move my stop loss just yet because it's a 25 point scale. It's not really anything. You guys know typically what we look for is about 30 points. Depending on our stop loss, which right now, yeah, we do have a current 30-point stop. Did I put the right stop loss? Oh, I didn't. Oh, it's whatever. It'll be fine. But yeah, right now what we're looking for is a break above this. We take scales, we break 5 points more above it. So about 960, 961. We move our stop loss to break even at 961. And then we hold our runners for 972 and 23,000 and above. All right. So that's the current game plan. Now, this next candle opened up, guys, so it can get a little, a little in draw. All right. In drawdown. All right. Why? Remember, guys, we have a very bullish rally gap here. Now, it's not something to really worry about too much. Like, don't be like, oh my god, like the trade is done for, like we have to go down. You know what I mean? No, but it's a possibility because right now buyers are very strong and in very much control. But remember, we do have this very bullish rally gap here that we might want to retrace into before we go up any higher. All right, so if we see a little bit of drawdown on the trade, don't be too worried. If we do end up getting stopped out at the complete middle of the fair value gap and we go back up, don't worry. If anything, we re-enter. All right, we're always open to that. All right, but in the meantime, it's focused on to see if we can get to the internal high or not. All right, so let's see if we can cook something up here. All right, and I'm really hoping that buyers do not slow down anytime soon now. But in the meantime, let me check up on the chat. What about the huge gap that we created? Oh yeah, I'm assuming I already answered your question. But yeah, once again, guys, if we see a little bit of draw or a little bit of a pullback, do not worry. All right, it's pretty much, we know it's probably going to happen because of the fair value gap. All right, so it's either it happens or buyers are really strong and they don't let it happen. All right, but from the looks of it, yeah, we're probably going to get a little bit of a pullback here. Now, as long as we don't go, let me kind of fix on my chart real quick. Hold up, because I don't want to have a million lines here. Kind of like put it like right here. And then it swept. There's the pullback. Now let's see how much of a pullback this really is. Because remember, guys, we're going into the gap here. All right. So if anything, worst case, I'll probably just move my stop loss over to 35 points instead, just so we can get a little bit of more breathing room in the fair value gap. So let me kind of adjust it here. So we place it at 896. Worst case, we just get a re-entry. If this pulls back maybe too much, where's your stop loss? 896, 20,896. All right. So sell 10 stop there. All right. Oh, I opened this up by accident. There you go. All right, now we are inside of the fair value gap here, which is what we were expecting. Once again, now, how much of a pullback do we really get? Because remember, yes, it's inside of the fair value gap. Maybe we bounce because of that, but we'll see. All right, but yeah, we're going into the gap here. All right, so we haven't tapped into it just yet, but once again, guys, I already told you guys, give it a little bit of time. Expect a little bit of drawdown. Although the trade does look really good, it's because of this huge fair value gap that we created here. We have a lot of buying pressure, and a retracement is bound to happen. All right, so give it some time. Give it some time. But on the bright side, ES have tapped into it, but NQ hasn't. Wait, Krabby's in here. Yo. What's good?
What's good, bro?
Shit. Yo, why do you sound so sad, bro?
What?
You're like, what's good, bro?
I'm on my MacBook.
What's up, bro? How the market treats you today, bro?
Bro, I was looking for longs. Can get it.
Dude, I've been looking for longs all morning, and now is when I get it. But I ended up taking it off this inverse. Honestly, bro, if anything, what I should have done is added starters off here and added more inside of this fair value gap retracement because I knew it was gonna happen. Yeah. Nah, but it's chilling. It's chilling.
Can I be honest?
What's up?
I like higher too.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, bro, there's no downside. The only downside is 808. It's far as hell.
took what we had. 857.
Yeah, dude, you sound so low and so sad, bro. I literally have you at 200.
Bro, all right, chat, chill. Nah, I just don't want to yell.
Are you still? You're not home, right?
I was in Monaco.
Oof. Excuse me.
You should have said you want to see lower. See how? Oh yeah, David, I want to see lower, bro.
All right, bro.
LOL.
Are you in a trade right now or not? You couldn't catch anything just yet.
Oh yeah, I can get a retracement.
I mean, we got a 5-minute one. Just barely.
I know. I was on the 1 minute though.
Dude, now that I think about it, bro, I should have probably done starters off of the inverse and added more inside of the top. That would have been way better or less stressful in a way.
It's all good, bro. You're good.
Nah, I'm chilling. Dude, I have my buys, bro. Dude, I've been holding. You can ask the chat, bro. I've been holding this buys since the second market opened. I've been holding this buys, even with us selling off. I'm like, guys, I'm not buying the sells.
Wait, where's your stop, David?
22,896.
Did you give it room for the value gap?
Yeah, pretty much the midpoint. And worst case, if I get stopped out and we bounce right back up, I'll just find another reentry.
Re-enter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already told that to the chat. No. Don't tell me news came out, bro. Oh my. Bro.
Oh my, what the?
What the fuck? Dude. News came out, guys. What did Trump say, bro? You guys saw that selling candle? Oh my god, bro. Worst case, I just find a re-entry. Hold up. If we're gonna bounce back up, dude. News. Let me check news real quick. Hold up. Let me check. I knew, bro. You know, I had a feeling, bro, that was gonna happen. Wow, bro. I literally saw that shit shoot straight down into the news, bro. Wow. I'm not too mad about it though. I already said if we get a retracement, we get a bounce, I'll re-enter. Hold up. Dude, I literally saw that shit shoot down and I already knew it, bro. I already knew it was coming. You guys saw that? Bottom ticked. Dude. Let's see if I get another bounce because we're still inside of the gap, bro. What came out? Let me check. Hold up. Yep, Trump tariffs will start being paid August. Yep, nice. Tariffs will start being paid August 1st. No change, no extension will be granted. Thank you, Trump. Thank you. All right, guys, I'm gonna look for another reentry here. Dude, that's so fucking stupid, bro. Of course, Trump has to. Bro, guys, Trump doesn't say anything until we enter, bro. You can't be serious, guys. And I'm being for real. Look. Trump, tariffs will start being paid 30 seconds ago. Oh my god, bro. I'm gonna try longs out soon again. This will be my last shot at longs. Dude, you can't be serious, bro. What is the timing on that, bro? Let me see if I can find an entry for sure. I like the buying coming in, but dude, we got bottom for it to go right back up, bro. Ah, that's so annoying, bro. Stupid news, bro. It's chilling. If I find another re-entry, I'm sure we can make it all back again, but that's annoying at first, bro. Let me see if we can hold above the gap now. I mean, we're getting that 30-point bounce, which is what we want to see. So if anything, I just re-enter. But bro, Trump, why do you have to say something, bro? Why? I'm gonna send you guys a screenshot in the meantime, just so you guys can see exactly what happened. Guys, look at this. Look at the chat. He tweeted, bro. This fucking guy tweeted, bro. He tweeted about terrorists, which is even worse. It's like the worst of the worst. Dude, I literally told you guys, a miracle will happen if Trump says something and goes up. And as we enter the trade, he says the complete opposite, bro. Dude, it's so stupid, bro. Is this your news source? It is. Yeah. No, nah, keep in mind, we can still take a re-entry still and green. I'm not worried about that part because the setup is still there. But, bro, why does Trump have to say something last second, bro? Why? Let me see if we can hold above this gap and I'll just re-enter. I'll just hold my full size until maybe like PT2, if anything. Bottom tick, literally, bro, literally. Isn't it bearish news? Well, it already happened. The market's already priced in. So whatever reaction we get after, it's just pure volume. Nah, we're not blaming Trump, but it's the timing. You know what I mean? It's timing. It's timing. Just a little unlucky on our end. You guys literally, I'm sure you guys were looking at the charts, but that shit just shot straight down, bro. Straight down. But let's see if we can hold up the bounce. Because we're still holding this 5-minute. Are we holding the 15-minute? No, 15-minute. All right, next time that opened up, let's see what we do in this one. If we can recover this back up, I'll just re-enter. And if this fair value just gets inverse, I might just come back during the PM session when something forms, maybe something cleaner. You know what I mean? Dude, that's so unlucky, bro. Okay, once again, if we're gonna hold above 917, I'll try a re-entry. If not, I'll just come back during the PM. If I don't find anything, then I'll just take the L for the day. Let me see if Trump is saying anything else, because I don't want to get caught in between the Amazon Prime. But don't care about Amazon Prime, bro. Spending 14%. Trump on August 1st. No extensions will be granted. August 1st. All right, so August 1st will definitely be a volatile day for sure. All right, yeah. So once again, guys, keep in mind, Trump on August 1st, tariff deadline. Tariffs will start being paid on August 1st. Okay. Yep. So for those wondering, hey, why did we sell off? Hey, why did we get stopped out? Trump tweeted about tariffs. Bearish news made the market sell off, straight to our stop loss. But now that it's already kind of priced in, as long as it doesn't say anything else, we could find a possible re-entry. It's just we need to be very careful. We need to make sure that we don't take a trade as he's saying something. Stop loss literally hit the tick. Yeah, bro, it's unlucky. It happens, bro. It happens. We can't be too mad about it. Not much we can do about it.
Somebody goes, Krabby joins, ask for SL, and immediately.
Bro. Guys, if we inverse this for value gap, I would just come back during the PM session. I'll still be open to trading. It's just right now I'm not even gonna focus on the setup because our inverse model that we waited for our morning, it worked out for a split second. Then Trump said something. Then the continuation model right here, it's not really holding up. And we don't have another setup to really work with. So yeah, it's about to get inversed. There it is. Wait, before I get off, hold up. Maybe on the 15-minute. Dude, that is so unlucky, bro. Hold on, let me put out that I completely forgot to put that I got stopped. Straight sell off. Put it out real quick. We're still setting up, so Trump is probably still saying something. Let me see. Nothing yet. And put out that I got stopped. Dude, that's so unlucky, bro. It happens, though. It happens. Not much we can do about it. Trump is talking. We're at. Because, yeah, no, the market is selling off. We're breaking new lows and everything. Worst case, guys, we could probably get a continuation model into the Asia low. But I don't want to force anything out either. Especially while Trump is speaking, for sure. Let me double check. Let me check up on YouTube real quick. Hold up. Trump speaking.
He's lying.
No, I don't see anything on Trump.
I think so. Here, I'm gonna send it.
Yeah, yeah. Remember there's those like those fake news things that they replay like old videos.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Chat, is this a good link or no?
Associate. I don't know, bro. You gotta be careful with those things, bro.
I sent it.
Worst case, guys, if we have like a plan B, I guess, for downside, it will be off this continuation model right here. I mean, the news is bearish and the market is selling off. Everything that we had, guys, all of our confirmations that we waited for literally all morning long, down the drain. They're down the drain with one little thing that Trump said. Wow, but that's unlucky, man. But let's see if maybe we get something to the downside with the news being bearish and everything. I mean, how do we recover this? Wow, that is very unlucky. But like I said, guys, there's not much we could have really done it in terms of technical analysis. I mean, the chart was telling us bullish. We waited for our model. It was there. You know, just unexpected Trump news. All right, but yeah, right now, guys, the last setup before I get off, what I'm gonna try to see is with the market trend obviously leaning a lot more towards bearish now, mainly because of the whole news thing and everything going on now bearish. What we could do is now we're once again holding below the London low. And the selling pressure is kicking in like crazy. What we could do is wait for a continuation model into this fair value gap and wait for a rejection to then target this Asia low, which we didn't even think was gonna get hit today, but I guess that's gonna be the case. You know what I mean? So if we can get about a 30-point retracement into this gap above here, I could probably give you guys one final entry for the day. And if that doesn't work out, then I'm really done. Oh, wow. That is really fucking unlucky. Is someone calling me? No. Me calling, pick up. Bro. Lock in, bro. Trump live in a few minutes? Nah, don't tell me that, bro. Do not tell me that, bro. Let me check. Trump holds cabinet meeting. I mean, yeah, I agree. There's nothing on Forex Fact that's really seen as a red folder. I don't know if this is like unexpected news or something. We'll see, because when the next candle opens up is when he starts speaking. You guys know typically Trump is always late to the things, but I'll have it here on the side just in case. Because guys, if we can get the right shorts to the downside with news coming out bearish, we can make this back and so much more. It's not really a big deal. But let's see. This candle has 2 minutes left. So as long as it's able to hold below this gap, I could probably give you guys, like I said, one last trade. Although it'll probably be a super risky one because Trump is speaking as we close the candle. We'll see. This will be my final resort, as obviously, once again, the long buys that we had all morning kind of went down the drain because of news, not because the setup didn't work out. So let me see what we could do here. Hopefully, we're able to hold down this gap because this is like literally the only thing we can use. This gap is way too small for a retracement. It'll be more for an inverse, if anything. But if we're going to be bearish and be selling off like crazy into the Asia low, I'll just take a retracement off this instead. We're about to close the hour. We have 1 minute left with the buying pressure kicking in. Yeah, we're about to fill the gap as well. If we fill this gap, guys, I'm coming back PM. And it's too small either way for us to, like, we would have to get, like, the most perfect rejection from it. Yeah, there it is. All right. Yeah. Because I don't want to force a setup either. Let me see. You have a small gap here, which is too small, though. Or it's not even that it's too small. It's just, what can I work with here? No, don't worry. I'm just looking for something for later. I'm not gonna force out anything. Don't worry. Yeah, market isn't. Yeah, no, not at all. Let me see. I'm waiting for Trump to come on to see what he says. Because so far, guys, what's happening so far is we had this New York low that we said before we pushed up like crazy, which obviously created some liquidity. All right, I'm just gonna put the OL. We had this New York low right here, which we took out with the sell-off. Now we're pushing back up really strong. So it's definitely tempting to take this very small inverse, which obviously we wanted to take longs in the first place. But it's really hard to work with something when we know that Trump is speaking right now. So for now, I'll probably just sit back and just see what we can do. He hasn't started speaking yet. It's kind of just sitting here. Yeah, the buyers are stepping in really nice. He'll be late 45 minutes per usual? Yeah, probably. What the hell? Yeah, no, we are getting a lot of buying pressure kicking in. Like a lot, actually. Let me cut this. Let me set this up just in case I do end up kind of deciding on taking this small gap here. Worst case. And then for this one, I'll just use, if I take it, it'd probably just be 30 points just so I don't risk too much. I'm already down on the day. It's just the buying pressure. It's like, it's really good there. Especially with us taking out this New York low. So this could be the re-entry. Possibly. I'm trying to see how we hold above it. Let me see. Let's be on the 5 minute. Which size heavier than the last trade? No. Marrying the bias, we want to dump it to the weekly fair value. I'm just trading with the current price action that we're getting right now. Pretty much what I'm seeing is we set. Dude, I hate when this happens. We set this New York low before, like as we pushed up before we got the entry. We set this low right down here. We dumped down into it. We swept it actually perfectly. Now we're getting a ton of buying out of nowhere, and not really out of nowhere. We're getting it because we swept. The only thing is the whole reason as to why I'm so hesitant behind it. It's not because the setup looks any bad or anything. It looks good, in fact. It's just Trump. Wait, can someone send me the link to the stream, the Trump stream again? I kind of lost it. see. Yeah, does anyone have this? Let me come put it up here. Hold up. Trump, what is it? Cabinet meeting? Yeah, cabinet meeting. Yeah, he is speaking. Yeah, all the news sources are going live now. Well, do you guys remember this? Hold on, I got an ad. Hold up. Do you guys remember the one time that we were waiting for Trump to speak at 10 a.m. and he ended up speaking at 11:40? Right here. This exact thing, bro. I feel like if Trump, well, it depends on what he says, of course. It depends on what he says. Dude, look at the fucking comment, bro. But we'll see. I'll have this on the side just in case. But if we get enough buying pressure, I might just take this one as my last setup for the day. And if it doesn't work, then I'm off. We're in the gap now. And the buying pressure just continues to go up, especially on ES. So worst case, guys, I might just look to re-enter. See if I can break above this. So far, we're surprisingly we're holding down like a 2-point gap here. Is this not fighting the trend? Not really. I mean, the buying pressure is kicking in. Remember, we took out the New York low that we set as we pushed up, so that's mainly why I'm looking for an inverse there. If not, would have been off. So I'm mainly just trying to see what reaction we get off here. And if it's a good reaction, then sure, I'll take it at like a risky trade as a risky trade. But if not, I'll just come back during the PM after Trump is done speaking and just go based off that. But with the amount of with the way that the buying is kicking in right after we took out this low, it's kind of tempting for sure. Worst case, we just size light on it, but if the buying pressure looks right, I definitely want to make the loss back. So yeah, I'll do full. But if you guys think it's too risky, or if you guys don't even want to take it, then don't. You know what I mean? Let me see what we can get. If we can get ES is holding above, so I'm assuming NQ should catch up soon. Yeah, I'm about to mute both of you guys. It's dead ass Discord, bro. Price is kind of like frozen here. Maybe Trump is trying to say something. Let me double check. Nope, he hasn't even started. Dude, guys, I'm trying to see if Trump is speaking. You know, like how you can hover over the videos. What the fuck is this, bro? Who is this? This is not Trump, bro. Yeah, so far nothing. I'm gonna have this running in the background just in case. Just in case. Just in case. That looks like Trump to me. Shit, I guess, bro. All right, let's see. Next candle opened up. If the buying volume stays this low, I'm definitely not taking it. But if we get a nice push up, I might just take one more entry into longs. Could we chop because of Trump? Well, before he speaks, yeah, but during speaking, that's unheard of. Unless he's like, oh guys, we're bullish, oh guys, we're bearish, oh guys, we're bullish, oh guys, we're bearish. You know what I mean? 10, full size Bitcoin. That's what I'm always doing. Before like right now? Yeah, probably. That's probably what the market is waiting for. But you know the deal, bro. Trump is always super late on everything. Bro. Let me see. We're getting the push up here, so maybe we got an entry. Yeah, it's literally frozen. Let me see. Dude, I hate when it comes down to these 7 trades, bro. He won't speak until way later. 11 a.m. It's 11 a.m. It's 11:12, in fact. Yeah, Superman, but that's more of a gamble. We have the setup. We have that part done. It's just waiting for the buying to really kick in. It's gonna be my time. I'm on West Coast. Seriously? Can you send me that link? Let me check it out. Are you sure it's not EST? Because I think they based it off the time in DC. I could be wrong, but typically that's how it is with news. Yeah, the website says EST time. Yeah, he's been started, or he should have been started, in fact. But I took my Trump out get off. Yeah, the volume stays like this. Yeah, I'll do the same as well. I'm surprised we're even holding down a 3-point fair value gap this strong for 2 candles. Could the 3-point continuation to the downside be the play? It depends. It depends. Right now, my bias is still definitely a little bit more towards bullish, mainly because of this New York sweep. But if we do otherwise, then I'll just wait for a cleaner bias to form later today. I'm still waiting on it. Let's see what we can cook up. So I'm speaking now. Not yet, not yet. The market would be going way crazier for sure. Kind of put it up here. Yeah, no, nothing yet. Nah, bro. No, I'm not, bro. Yo, it's stressful, bro. It's getting stressful out here, bro. Dude, I deadass can't even breathe. That or he's crying. Dude, I can't even breathe in peace, bro. Bro. Yeah, I think he's on. Marcus is starting to go a little bit crazy. And nope, he's not. Bro, I promise you guys, the joke lives on, bro. I know the second I get off, he's gonna start speaking. It always happens. Why is the market not going crazy to the upside? Because we're currently waiting on everyone's currently waiting on Trump to finish speaking or to start speaking. We're currently waiting on this. There's like a little pin here. I mean, look right here. Trump hosts cabinet meeting after issuing tariff extension. That's what we got stopped out from. Keep that in mind, guys. Once again, the charts looked beautiful. We played the same setup as always. We waited for a confirmation and everything. And as we entered, Trump said something about tariffs. The market didn't like it, and it shot straight down into our stop loss, unfortunately. All right. So after he said the thing about tariffs, he's going to be doing a meeting talking more about the tariffs, whether it's bullish or bearish. We can kind of react with the market. Obviously, the market's going to be really volatile. So if we can catch the right move, we could definitely make all of our money back and more. So I'm not worried about that. We just need to, we obviously just need Trump to start speaking to know exactly what's happening. All right. Why not short from this gap? Because right now I don't have too much of a bias to the downside. At least I don't have much of a reading to the downside. We haven't swept anything. So I'm talking technicals right now. Keep in mind, sure, we might be getting a little weak off this fair value gap, and by weak I mean choppy. Like the market's getting very, very slow. But in terms of upside, it's endless upside and limited downside. We took everything out to the downside. The London and the New York low that we set just a few minutes ago, we took that out as well, right? Hence why we pushed up right here. Now we just need enough buying pressure to inverse this bearish fair value gap right here to then shoot into the main price targets that we were aiming for on the first trade. We just need something to kind of push us up, whether it's the tariff news, market volume, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? It varies. It varies. But we're still waiting on it. That's why we haven't found an entry just yet. But I'm sure if Trump starts speaking soon, we can definitely start cooking something up for sure. It's just a matter of when does he start speaking. He was supposed to be speaking 20 minutes ago. You know what I mean? But you know how he is. He likes to be late all the time. So they look at the 3 minute fair value. I don't trade the 3 minute. No matter what fair value gap it is, no matter what, I do not trade the 3 minute. But yeah, so far we are selling off still. So I'm assuming maybe he's saying something, or maybe the market just reacting. But in the meantime, we still have the setup here that we're still waiting on. Whether he's bullish or bearish, we can get a reaction off that. Supposed to start in 10 minutes? Well, he was supposed to start 20 minutes ago, and then they always move it up. Let me check if they said something here. No, nothing on Trump. We are selling off quite a bit though. But so far, in terms of a bias to the downside, we don't have much to really even work with, even. So we're still waiting here. How much wait for tomorrow? Yeah, but that's fine. If anything, just come back during the PM session once he's done speaking and the market really sets an actual trend. We can go off that as well. But I'm just here waiting, trying to see what we can cook up. Now, how much are we selling off? I don't think it's much, right? Maybe like what, 20 points at most? 27. Not bad, not bad. Let me kind of delete this so I don't get you guys confused thinking that I'm in longs or whatever. They should have Trump speaking to the Forex Factory. Remember, this meeting was apparently super last second. I don't think anyone knew that he was going to be speaking. Because if I knew he was going to be speaking, I definitely would have avoided that. But Forex Factory didn't really say anything. Because remember, he said the tariff thing, and then right after he made a meeting, which is the cabinet meeting, I think it's called, something like that. I don't know, but we're just waiting on that right now. But dude, that entry couldn't have been timed any worse, bro. It's super unlucky, and surprisingly, I'm not mad about it at all. I mean, I know like with technicals, we didn't do anything wrong. We waited for our setup. We stayed patient. We waited for everything. It's just, dude, we got so unlucky on that, bro. Unfortunate, but shit happens. It's just annoying. I agree. But hey, that's how the market is. You can't win them all. You know what I mean? We waited for our setup. We got our setup. Didn't work out. All right, so to the next one. You know what I mean? I've been selling financial juice before New York Open. I don't really use financial juice. I didn't even know that was a website. I mean, honestly, it's the first time hearing about it. I've always used Forex Factory. The setup was so good too. I agree. But hey, it happens. It happens. You know what I mean? What can we do about it? It already happened. Do you trade 10 or 20 PA cuts? 10. As links? No, I turned that off like 2 years ago. Because people, dude, I'll be trading and people will be selling like fucking the weirdest shit ever. 50-day winning streak. Remember, guys, I'm counting the winning streak in terms of red days. I know right now we're red, but the day hasn't ended. We can still get a trade going and make everything back. It's just a matter of when. You know what I mean? Can we get a setup going? Can we get a bias? Can we get this? Can we get that? You know what I mean? So it's just a matter of time. It's just looking good. Well, in a way, yeah, but we just don't have a setup. I mean, we had something here, but I'm not gonna take shorts off of such a small fair value gap. I don't typically do that so much. I'm gonna double my contracts. Do not do that, bro. Trust me, bro. I've tried it. Don't. Sorry, Bless, but I actually feel a little bit bad because I'm trying to build my buffer. But when we take these TB, we do 0.5 RR. No, we don't. We always do 1-to-1. I always take skills at 1-to-1. My first skills. I don't know where you're trimming out to get 0.5. If anything, you can send me your charts. I'll check it out. But yeah, no, I've never really scaled. Most of the time, I never scale at 0.5. So that means that you're risking 30 points to trim at 15. We don't do that. I don't even alert. Even if the trade is up 15 points, I don't even bother alerting up 15 points. You know what I mean? But yesterday you said when we were building a buffer, we should TP full at TP1. Well, where's your TP1? At minimum, 1-to-1 risk reward. If your TP1 is less than 1-to-1, then the trade, you should probably hold for higher instead. You know what I mean? You trim at 20 to 25 points. Yeah, but that it depends on the volume as well. But 15 points, never. That's 0.5 to 1. I definitely not. 25 points, pretty close to 30. You know, if the volume is slow, I'll take it. But most of the time, like a good, 95% of the time, it will always be minimum 30 points. Bro. Yeah, if you're trimming at 15 points, that's way too early. And even if we hit TP1, maybe try holding for a little bit higher. Or maybe, you know. It really depends on your entries and where your price targets are laid out. Is he talking yet? Let me check for you 1 second. Nope. Yeah, dude, I'm not gonna lie. This is kind of looking like a PM type of thing. Let's get off in 2 p.m. Yeah, I might just call it 2 p.m. as well. Give it a few more minutes to see if he gets on. I'm gonna give it to like 11:35. If I don't see him on, I'll get off, take a little bit of a breather, get some food, and come back during the PM session and trade with you guys to make it back. You think I'm switching the bias over? Right now, I don't really have a bias. The market is kind of just sitting there. You know what I mean? Are you gonna be live? Probably. If it's really volatile, then yeah. If it's really slow, then no. Any estimate when you'll be back? Whenever a setup forms. If a setup forms. Can I start talking the second we get off? I know, bro. I know. But in the meantime, in terms of a bias, we don't have a bullish nor bearish bias. We're trying to respect a DWO sweep to the downside. It's not really holding up. We're not getting too much of a sell-off either way to really get shorts. So it's kind of like kind of neutral. It is Bitcoin. Yeah, it is. Okay, sorry. For example, yesterday TP1 was at 0.7 RR. Well, we didn't really take profits all the way there. Actually, no, it wasn't. Yesterday's trade was ES. Hold on. Okay, so yesterday ES we took shorts. From this setup, we took shorts at we entered at 6296. 6296. So like around here. TB1. Yeah, pretty much. No, it was a 1-to-1 RR. because we took profit like a little below the London low, so literally 5 points, and we also risked 5 points on the stop loss. Is he speaking? No. Well, I got an ad here. Let me double check for you. Nope, he's not speaking. Panel TP1 was a 1-to-1 RR. We risked 5 points to get 5 to 6 points, and then the rest went even lower. Yo, come on now. But yeah, like I said, guys, I'm gonna give it until 11:35. I'm gonna give it 5 more minutes. If I don't see him speaking in that 5-minute time frame, then I'm gonna get off to the PM session. All right, guys. Can you look at the 15 minutes to see if we have a potential setup? I don't think we do. It's probably just gonna be straight wicks. Yep, wick, 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 wick. Nothing to really work with on the 15-minute. When does the PM session start? At 1 p.m. EST. 1 p.m. EST. Sometimes in the 855, 860 area not rejecting. Yeah, it's kind of like I said, it's kind of hard to tell right now because the markets are just waiting on Trump to start speaking, so it starts moving. Hence why we're not really moving. We're kind of sandwiched in between this price and this price right here. When you trade options, you have a stop loss? Of course, bro. Of course. What do you think this is, bro? Of course, of course, of course. Bro. Case up until 11:45. I mean, there's no difference, man. You know what I mean? There's really no difference. Like I said, bro, Trump was set to speak 31 minutes ago, and it's the same shit. About the 5-minute inversing now? Nah, it's not a 5-minute gap. You gotta measure it out. Remember, it's like 32 points. Yeah, 32. So only 40 plus. 40 plus is what we look for. If the momentum is good to inverse the 5-minute fair value gap for sure at 950. You guys keep mentioning the fair value gap at 950. I don't see a fair value gap at 950. Yeah, there's literally nothing here. It's just chop. I don't really see a 5-minute gap anywhere up there. Think about this one up here. This is like 917, 916 around there. Lower? This one? No, this is not a gap. This is not a gap. Keep that in mind. I'm gonna give it 2 more minutes. If he doesn't do anything in 2 minutes, I'm gonna get off till I see something. Probably just go get some lunch or something because I am starving. Bro. Dude, that shit was so embarrassing to record, bro. Dude, imagine being at the beach, right? You're chillaxing, you know, it's like what, like 11 in the morning, whatever. You're getting some sun. You're getting, what is it, the UV lights or whatever. And you hear a fucking kid in the corner of your, like on the left side of your ear saying, "Okay, guys, I'm in NQ Longs here." Yo, never again, bro. Never. It got views. It got views. I'm not gonna lie, but dude, fuck that, bro. Ask him to marry me? Nah. By the beach. Dude, I'm about to get off. Yo, just point out. Yo, just to point. Just to point out. Thank you, bro. Much love, bro. Much love. I do every day pretty much, bro. I'm just trying to trade, bro. Right, so yeah, I agree, bro. It's once again, bro. Trump was set to speak 35 minutes ago, and it's yet the same shit, bro. So honestly, guys, are you guys down to come back later? He did this last time. He does this every time. There's no last time. It's every time. But yeah, once again, guys, right now I know we might be a little bit red. Don't even worry about it. If I see a setup, I got you guys for sure. Just a little unlucky that the setup that we had that we waited so long for didn't work out. You know what I mean? So because of Trump news, literally the second we entered. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna go get some lunch real quick because I am starving. And once I get back, if I find a setup, I'll get back on live and we take it together and make everything back. All right, guys. So yeah, once again, don't worry if you're a little bit right now. Don't even stress about it. You guys know I got you always. Can't be 100% every time. Thank you, bro. Thank you. Thank you for understanding. All right. Anyways, all right, guys. I'm gonna take a little bit of a breather, like maybe like an hour off the markets, and I'll be back. All right, guys. I'll see you guys in a little bit. And in the meantime, mark out this fair value gap just in case we end up taking it last second. Mark it out. All right, just in case I alert it. All right, guys. But yeah, I'll see you maybe in like an hour, maybe 30 minutes, maybe 2 hours. Who knows? Maybe I don't even see you at all. All right, if I don't get a setup. All right, guys. But yeah, in the meantime, go take some time off the charts. All right, take a little bit of a breather, rest your eyes. And I'll see you guys in an hour. All right, guys. All right, peace out, guys. Peace. And YouTube, hopefully you guys are able to enjoy the stream. I will be live trading for the PM session in the premium. I won't be live for YouTube because you guys know I typically don't go live on YouTube for the PM session. But unfortunate loss for today. I'll let you guys know how we do for tomorrow if we end up recovering this $800 loss per account. And we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna still keep trading. I'm not too worried. You know, the whole reason as to why we got stopped out today was mainly because of Trump news. We had the setup. It was beautiful. It kind of worked out for a few seconds. And Trump had to say something to ruin it. All right, a little bit unfortunate, but hey, it happens. You know what I mean? We're still super green on this entire winning streak, so I'm not even tripping, honestly. But in the meantime, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get off, take a little bit of a breather, and I'll see you guys. Actually, if you guys want to get access to the premium, to the PM live trading, I'll click the first link in the description. Join the premium there. I really want to see you guys in there in the winning side. But if not, then I'll see you guys tomorrow. Well, actually, no. I'll see you guys on Thursday. I'm not trading tomorrow. That's right. Because of FOMC. All right, guys. So on Thursday, I'll update you guys, or if you guys are in the Discord, I'll update you guys exactly how we ended off on the day, whether we ended red 800, we took another L, or if we recovered everything back with one last W. All right, guys. But in the meantime, I'll see you guys on Thursday. All right, guys. Once again, click the first link in the description to get access to the PM live trading session. All right, guys. But in the meantime, I'll